The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is an awesome game. I've just beaten Ganon, so I thought now would be a good time to share my top 5 shrines in the game. Just before we start, I want to mention some of these are shrines, and some are actually shrine quests. It's basically just anything that I found interesting. Also, it goes without saying, there are spoilers ahead, so you've been warned. So you have a block of ice, and you need to carry it through the shrine, avoiding stuff that will make it melt, like fire. So by the time I came across this shrine, in the late game, I'd got so used to the idea of navigating puzzles and obstacles in terms of keeping Link out of harm's way. So to suddenly have the focus shifted onto an ice cube instead, it just made me think about the solutions in a whole new way. I found it really inventive, great fun to play. This is one of the Korok trials, and I found it fun because it's basically just a sprint to the shrine in relative darkness with monsters popping up to thwart you on all sides. At the start, you're given a Korok sword, a bow and a shield. You can't unequip any of it, and if any of it gets destroyed, like if the shield catches fire and disintegrates, then you lose. This actually makes it quite challenging, considering the amount of fire enemies that you have to face. Even just working out exactly where to go is kind of hard, but once you've got the route locked down, it's pretty fun trying to run full pelt down there, anticipating where all the danger's coming from, basically being a super Link ninja. This shrine is in the top of many people's lists as one of the best and most unique shrine quests in the game. It starts with you having to try and get to this island first of all, far out in the ocean. When you get there, you lose all your equipment, and there are monsters all over the island. And the basic idea is you need to scavenge what you can to beat them. You'll gradually upgrade your gear by scavenging some more, and eventually place all the orbs in the pedestals and get off the island, and thankfully get your stuff returned. I had a blast with this one. It was so challenging that it made me have to get really creative. It's worth noting as well that for me and a lot of other people, when we first played this quest, it was before the DLC had come out with the Master Trials, which is a similar kind of quest where you've got no items and you've got to try and, scavenge and beat the monsters that get progressively harder. And that's actually much more of a challenge than this. So I feel like maybe now people might not consider this as like mind-blowing or amazing as it was at the time, but I still think it is really unique, really interesting, and definitely deserves to be on the list. This shrine quest kind of took me by surprise by just how unique and kind of wacky it is. It's a Kass quest where, like you probably know, he sings you a cryptic song which you then have to kind of interpret to solve the riddle and reveal the shrine. I was on my last few shrines when I got to this part, so I admit I did use a guide. To be honest, I'm not even sure I would have ever thought of this solution for this shrine without a guide. It's so out of the box, which is kind of why I love it, so let me tell you anyway. What you have to do to reveal this shrine, it's so weird, I instantly loved it. You have to find a stag, mount it, and then walk it onto the platform. It's not hard, it's just so out of the box, and I just instantly really liked it. This last shrine is kind of maybe cheating, but if you hear me out, I think you'll get where I'm coming from. The Shrine of Resurrection makes up our first moments in the game, and when you walk out of that shrine and you're greeted with that breathtaking vista, all of Hyrule laid out before you. Starting that game in that way was just an amazing moment for me. So despite the fact that there's no puzzle or even a spirit orb to get from that shrine, I'm ending my list with the Shrine of Resurrection. So I hope you like the list. Maybe you'll go and find these shrines in the game now for yourself if you haven't already. If your favourites are different from mine, let me know in the comments which shrines you enjoyed the most. And please don't forget to like this video or subscribe for more videos like this in the future.